Shalom, brothers and sisters. So I want to touch on this just one more time, and I probably will again because it doesn't seem to sink in with most of the world, including the church. A Salt Lake City bar recently instituted a no Zionists allowed policy. The bar owner wrote on social media, "We are pleased to announce we are banning all Zionists from our establishments. Zionism is hate speech. It is white supremacy and has nothing to do with the beautiful Jewish faith." Oh, how confused is this little bunny. Really. Zion is part and parcel of not only the Jewish faith, but the Jewish soul. It is everywhere in the Word of God. Psalm 137 expresses the intense feelings of the Jewish captives taken from their homes by the Babylonians. Verse 1 and 3 says, "By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down and wept when we remembered Zion. Our captors demanded of us songs, and our tormentors mirth, saying, 'Sing us one of the songs of Zion.'" In verse 4 they ask, "How can we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land?" This was about God. This was about God establishing them in their land. This was about them having a home. Zionists. The world's hatred for Jews, Zion, God, and the Messiah are linked together in Psalm 2, verse 1 to 6. "Why are the nations in an uproar, and the peoples devising a vain thing? The kings of the earth take their stand. The rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. Let us tear their fetters apart and cast away their cords from us. He who sits in the heavens laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. Then he will speak to them in his anger and terrify them in his fury. But as for me, I have installed my king upon Zion, my holy mountain." Psalm 132 verse 13 said, "The Lord has chosen Zion." It is also an attack on the anointed one, Jesus the Messiah. Psalms 48 verse 2 says, "Zion, the city of the great king." That great king is Yeshua, Jesus. Even some Jews are now saying they're against Zionism and stand with Israel's enemies. That's not surprising. There's a growing number of Americans that are against America. People can be anti-American and Americans. It's just like a Jew can be an anti-Zionist and still be a Jew. It doesn't make them less Jewish or the American less American. It just makes you really sad for not understanding properly how things should be. So again, as bad as the world makes this word and makes it something terrible you don't want to be associated with, I have no problem with Zionism. God promised them a land forever, and it is theirs. Zion, Israel, belongs to them. God keeps his promises, and that land is his land. He is intimately connected to it. He came down to earth to tabernacle with mankind in that land. He lived with us in that land. He died for us in that land. He taught us everything we needed to know in that land. He is coming back to place his feet on the mountaintop in that land. It's no wonder the kings plot a vain thing and the rulers counsel together at the UN and everyone comes together against Israel and that land and his people. It is all written. God is always right. And until I rapture with my family and my loved ones and my friends and all of you that are watching, I will stand with Israel. God bless Israel. God open their eyes, soften their hearts, and reveal their Messiah to them. Shalom.